Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
In Walmart's Huluville, everyone ready their cart. Amazing Black Friday deals are about to start. Online and in the app, such great deals to explore. Everything you love from tech, toys, and more. The days to save and the ones to remember. It's only the 25th to the 30th of November. Set your alarms. Don't miss out. These deals are epic, without a doubt. The Who's are all ready, but are you? Walmart Black Friday deals await. Who knew?
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, what was it? 2 days ago, ordered a game through GameStops, and I checked same-day shipping. Game hasn't showed up. And I'm trying to figure out, when did same day turn into a few days? You know, and that's the thing, like with GameStops. Because I did do a video version of this and things. And I might say some new things. I might repeat myself. But that's the thing with GameStops, is that they are very inconsistent. You know, like, I'm not going to say the people that has worked for GameStops, they're inconsistent. But, well, I would say that I wouldn't say he was more so inconsistent. That guy was just weird. Because, yeah, there was a guy that I did talk about in the video version of this podcast episode, where it was this was like years ago, too. This was like back when I was in high school and things. But anyways, it was a guy that worked at one of the GameStop stores where he had an attitude about himself. Like, if you guys have watched The Office, and, the character Dwight, he felt like a GameStop version of Dwight, you know, and he was somebody that he took his job way too seriously. And it's like, fam, you are a GameStop's in the middle of a mall. It's not that serious. It ain't like this is a government job, or it's, you gotta always add your input and opinions and stuff. Like, fam, at the 99.9% of the time when a person is going into a GameStop's, they're going in there for a game. They're not going in there for no cards. They're not going in there for no opinions. They're going in there for a game. All right, they want to get their game, get up out of there. If the store got the game, sell me the game. Get it, like, let me go, bruh. But no, it's like the thing is with GameStops is that when you go, and maybe I should correct myself. I should probably say the GameStop's website, because I feel like that, people will hear this and then they think like, oh, I got to stop shopping at the GameStop stores. No, the thing is that there's nothing wrong with the stores. I will have to say, for the most part, I've never, besides that one particular guy, other than that, I never had no memorable, I guess, moments to where I'm like, I'm never going back to that GameStops again. But no, yeah, that guy, and there might be some, if you got a GameStops where there's like that just weird worker that's there, get your games anywhere else, get them online, I guess, like, cause I think that's what needs to happen more. Maybe I just need to step up to the plate and do that. I feel like video game reviews need to be a little bit more accurate before we make that trip up to a GameStops and get a game, because yeah, man, it's like you don't really know too much about it, and then it's like, all right, well, GameStop's got a copy, let me go ahead and pick it up. You try to pick it up off of their website, you do same day shipping, and it's the crazy thing about it is that I never had this issue before. You know, like the times before where I've did same day shipping, and there's always like that like those like add that hour window thing where it's like, oh, you gotta order this product within a certain amount of hours. It was almost 3 hours. It was like 2 hours and 50 minutes. Fam, it wasn't like 2 hours and 50 minutes went by in 5 seconds. Like I last I checked, if we do the math correctly, like it's a lot of seconds, in 2 hours and 50 minutes and stuff. So it really trips me out that you could pay for same day shipping, because it was like $10. It was like $9.99. I had to, like, I guess, like, do the tax stuff afterwards and things. But yeah, it's like you pay that much to have it where your game gets shipped earlier. It's like, fam, am I going to get my $10 back? You know, that's what I would like to know. Because if so, then I'm like, any and everything I say don't matter. But it's like, if I'm not going to get my money back, then it's like, fam, is that how you guys is doing your business? Or like, oh, we'll just choose a customer by random and just take $10 from them because we know that our business is falling under. So that's how we stay in business. We say that, oh yeah, you know, get same day shipping, but then you know, the game doesn't ship out until. So I ordered the game Thursday. It's pretty much gonna be almost a week later, and when I get the game, so it's like it's coming in this Wednesday, and I'm like, fam, that's not same day. That's 1 week. I think you guys mistaken, like, within, it ain't even a day. It's not even one full day. It's within hours I should have gotten that game. So, and that's the thing about it, too, where it's like, I guess where it's coming from, it's, the city isn't that far away from where I'm at. You know, like, I have to say, maybe if I could describe the distance of it, and I don't know, like, because I really don't know too many places like that. Overall, like, think of a city, like, right next door to it. Well, I mean, I guess, like, if you're somebody that lives down south, so I guess, like, what, one borderline to the other borderline of a city out somewhere down south and things. But no, if you live, like, in a city area and things, so, like, think of it like what's near New York City or something, or Manhattan or Brooklyn or something. So whatever the next city it's like over, I would have to say, like, that's how this city is. Like, you know, you could catch, because I'm trying to think, like, it's probably 2 buses. No, yeah, because I think I've caught the bus to this city before, and yeah, it's like 2 buses. So that's I guess, like, if you, it's like 2 full length drives of a bus ride and stuff. Like, if you go from, like, one center place to another center, and then, like, yeah, so, like, that's how that well. No, I wouldn't say, like, maybe one and a half of a bus ride. It wasn't even a full bus ride. Like, I think the time when I caught the bus out there and things, yeah, it wasn't even a full bus ride. So, yeah, that's why I'm like, fam, it's not that far out. That's the point that I'm trying to make. And what trips me out is that I could have just, and you know, that's the thing that I should have did. And I'm like, nah, no, next time I'm not. Because, yeah, after this, I'm never ordering from GameStops again. I don't care what game is on there. My thing is this, if they don't have it at a store, or if, my thing is, I think I would rather cut the loss on buying the game digitally off of, because it's a Nintendo Switch game. So that's the game that I got. There's this, like, Star Wars pack, because there was a game that was involved in that Star Wars pack where I'm like, okay, well, I could just get this game and get more versus, yeah, I should have just went ahead and just bought it on PC. I think I might end up doing that anyways. Because, yeah, I don't know when exactly I'll get that game, but I know one thing for sure. I'm like, when that game is in my possession, I am going to be contacting GameStops again and being like, hey, so that transaction went through. You guys took a little bit too much, because there should be no reason on why you guys is taking money, and it's like a service is not even being, you know, done and things, you know. So, yeah, so I'm like, nah. So that's what it was. So it's like, so I contacted them after I bought the game, and then a day had went by. I contacted a GameStop support person, and they was like, oh, because the transaction wouldn't no, because I still got the email up. Let me read out the email real quick. But it's one of those emails that the person, you know, you done paid $10 for something. It's like, fam, you ain't trying to, you know, see no email like that and things. But anyways, so they go on to say, is this the email? I think this might be, yeah, I think this is it. So they was like, thank you for reaching out to GameStops via email. Your inquiry is important to us. I think I said that word right. But anyways, and we appreciate the opportunity to assist you. We sincerely apologize that you have not received the item you ordered for same day delivery. We understand how important timely delivery is and regret the inconvenience this has caused. At this time, we are unable to make adjustments to the shipping costs for your existing order since it is still in progress. We will immediately follow up to ensure your order is processed and shipped to your preferred address as soon as possible. Kindly check your email from time to time for updates. And that's the thing, though, where I'm like, fam,
We find Vecna, we end this once and for all. Together.
On December 25th.
We have a plan. It's a bit insane. Everyone in?
He knows where we are.
Watch out!
Get ready for one last adventure.
We stay true to ourselves. Stay true to our friends, no matter the cost.
Found you. Strange Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2 begins December 25th, only on Netflix.
This episode is brought to you by eBay. Buying parts for your car? You'll know that will it work feeling. But on eBay, buying parts is different. eBay's free returns means if it doesn't fit, or if it isn't what you expected, you just print a label, drop it off, and get your refund fast. No haggling, no stress, and at least 30 days to return any eligible item. Millions of parts, free returns. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I appreciate that. But at the same time, it's like, you did take my money. So all you have to, my thing is this, right? If I do, like, let's say if I'm a car mechanic, right? And then they ask, they ask like for a full detailing, and they expect me to do it within a certain amount of time. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. If I don't do it within a certain amount of time, the thing is this, the transaction hasn't went through yet. So I very well could be like, hey, if you wanted it within this time, like, so let's say if they want this like full detailing, it's like 300, to get done within a certain amount of time. Let's say it's an hour, right? Full detailing for an hour, $300. It takes me 2 hours to do the detailing and things because, I might have forgot a product or whatever the case may be. So it's going to take a little bit longer. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Because it took a little bit longer, I'm going to knock a certain percentage off or something, where it's like, okay, like you're not going to be paying the price before, because it's like you didn't get the service at least you didn't get the service done within a certain amount of time. Like there was time waste. Well, no, I wouldn't necessarily say wasted, but it's overall time that exceeded beyond its limit and stuff. So yeah, I'm like, I am gonna have to, overall, shortchange myself, because I'm like, I should have did it within that hour if I wanted the full amount of money and things. So what sense does that make, right? Where you order a game, and it's like, and the thing is this, if you expect me to continue doing business and stuff like that is happening, I'm like, fam, I'm not gonna, it's, and that's the thing where I'm like, I would like to continue doing business with GameStops, but as far as I see it, the only reason why I would go up to GameStops, because there are like people, at least the GameStop stores that I go to, I'm like, there's people that I know in there where it's like, we cool. It probably would just go in there to just to see what's up, but other than that, as far as like doing business and things, I mean, like it seems like it's always been something with GameStops throughout the years, from, like the guy that I was. So if you guys haven't had the chance to see the video, because I know there's going to probably be a lot of videos being uploaded and stuff. So it's like, I never can catch a video, but I catch the podcast episode. You might be driving out somewhere, heading into work, coming back from work, and you want to listen to the podcast. But anyways, for those that didn't know the story of the guy that I dealt with back years ago at GameStop, so that situation. So in this, and I'm like, I've had to say this was probably the first memorable moment that I can think of while shopping, just doing business with GameStops over the years since I was a kid, pretty much, right? So anyways, I go in there, I think I traded in some games. Traded in some games, and then I was trying to get Saints Row the Third, because that game had just came out. So anyways, I go in there, I know they have it. It was a pre-owned copy, because I was like, nah, they had like where it's like $54.99, so it was a little bit cheaper. And I'm like, okay, I know I should be able to trade in these amount of games and be able to have enough to get that game, that copy and stuff. So anyways, I had enough. I had the trade-ins was enough and things. Yeah, you trade in like 10 games for one. It trips me out how it's set up that way and stuff. But anyways, no. So I traded in the games. It was the amount to get Saints Row the Third. So as I'm trying to get my game and get up out of there, the guy, he keeps hassling me about the Power Up rewards card. And I'm pretty sure everybody, if you have shopped at GameStops more than 5 times, I guarantee and I promise you somebody has talked with you about one of those Power Up reward cards and stuff. So anyways, he's all like, hey, he was like, you should get this Power Up rewards card. You'll save up all this money and all this other stuff. And I'm like, nah, man, I only just came up here to get the game and stuff. And he's all like, but you think about it, it's like you saved up this amount of money. Like you saved up this amount of money and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. But what kid do you know with literally nothing to his name, no form of money to his name, besides these games that he just brought into a GameStop to trade in? It's like, fam, yeah, now I'm like, okay, I'll just get if something like that were to happen now, I'm like, look, bruh, just give me back my games. I just get the game digitally, but I ain't gonna be going back and forth with you over no card, because it's like, what person do you know in their right mind where it's like they have their heart's desired on playing the game, but they gonna leave up out of here with a card? Does it look like I can put, because yeah, at the time I had the Xbox 360, can I put a Power Up Rewards card in the Xbox 360 and play Saints Row the Third? No, I cannot. Give me my game. That's it. That's all I came up here for. But anyways, he's still hassling me over this card, and I'm like, bro, I do not want the card. All right, get that through your skull. Don't want it. Didn't come up here for it. Don't want it. And so he gets mad, slams the game on the counter, and I'm like, he's lucky that was high school me he was dealing with, because I think if that was me now, I'm like, I should have did something. I wish I would have did something, at least like knocked about 50 to 100 games over off the shelves, but then I probably would have got banned from that place. And I'm like, well, the GameStops ended up closing down anyway, so it's one of those things where I'm like, I guess now it wouldn't have mattered that much. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, fam, that's horrible business. I have to say that was probably the one time where I did deal with a crazy employee at GameStops, because I'm like, other than that, any other, fam, I didn't shop at numerous GameStops. The furthest I've ever went to was a GameStops in Louisiana. And I'm like, every GameStop's employee that I've dealt with has always been cool, except that guy. And I'm like, I don't know what that guy's problem, but no, like I said, he's an accurate version of Dwight from The Office. And if you don't know who, just like watch. The thing is this, Dwight is a crazy character if they got like best moments of Dwight on YouTube or something. So yeah, like no, watch just go on YouTube, look up Dwight The Office. I guarantee and I promise you're gonna see a bunch of different videos. Now place how he acts and place it inside of a GameStop's. That's how that guy was, all right? He was just a little bit bigger and had a ponytail, so. But anyways, I remember it was another occasion, same guy, and same GameStop. So I'm in there, because I seen that he was in there, and I'm like, I'm not asking this guy for no games. I'm like, I will do my business elsewhere. But I'm like, I am not doing no business if this guy is here. I'm like, maybe if it's another person, but I'm like, I'm not doing nothing with this guy. No form of business. So, but no, anyways, old dude goes off in there. He asked for, it was some Resident Evil game that was out at the time. It might have been 5 or 6, one of the those Resident Evil games. I think it might have been 6. But anyways, he asked for Resident Evil 6. And so yeah, old dude, he's all like, hey, do you have it? And he was like, yeah, we have it. This is the crazy GameStop's employee. He was like, yeah, we have it, but that Resident Evil is not good. He was like, if you want to play a good Resident Evil, or if you want a good Resident Evil game, you're going to probably want to get Resident Evil, and he named the last one. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fam, do you think whoever this old guy is, do you think he spent the time to get dressed, right? I don't know where this man lives in the world, but let's just say he lives like 10-15 minutes away, right? And I'm trying to think, was it cold outside? I don't remember it being cold outside, but let's just say it's a day where it's cold and it's rainy. Like if you live in Washington State and you live in the Seattle area, and you know that kind of like that cold rain where it hits you and you like, fam, I need to hurry up, get indoors. Let's say it's one of those days, right? So you spend however many minutes getting dressed, you spend however many minutes on the road. Let's say it's, a lot of traffic and stuff. So instead of it taking 10-15 minutes, it's like 20 to 30 minutes to get to this GameStop, right? You finally get in there, you're like hurrying up, trying to run, almost slip and fell, but you caught yourself in things, but you finally make it inside the mall. Now this is a decent sized mall. I wouldn't say it's the biggest mall that I've ever been into, but it's a decent sized mall. Like every entrance that you would go in, it's gonna take you some time to walk to that GameStop. So it takes him a little bit of time. Let's say he parks all the way at the other end of the store, because that's the only parking that they had. So this man gotta walk all the way throughout this mall, right? I hit my microphone a little bit, my bad. But anyways, he walks all throughout this mall, finally goes into this GameStop. He knows that the game is in there because I think that's what he did say, that he was getting the game for his grandkid. So he knows that the game is in there. He called all this other stuff. They was like, yeah, we got the game. All right, so he goes in there. He asks for this game, and you're telling him that's not a good game. Get Resident Evil 4. Well, if his grandkid already has Resident Evil 4? See, that's what I mean. Like, the thing is, and I guess, like, well, just the time that I spent working customer service job, that's one thing about it. If a customer came up to me and was like, do I have this product? I'm not going to be like, oh, we have that, but you should, because I worked at this cafe in Seattle. So if they come up to me talking about, hey, do you guys have any Coca-Cola? I'm not going to be all like, oh, we do, but I think you should drink the root beer or the Fanta or the do we have Mountain Dew? I think we did have Mountain Dew. Honestly, I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, I'm not going to do that to them. If they want Coca-Cola and I know we got Coca-Cola, I'm like, hey, it's a little bit, warm because it hasn't been sitting in the cooler all day and stuff, but we got that Coca-Cola. I don't think it's one of those things where it's like if somebody got their heart desired on drinking a Coca-Cola, I think they could care less whether it's cold or not. So that's why I was like, yeah, when he did that to that old dude, it's funny because the old dude, he shook his head and he was like, okay, walked up out of there. And I'm like, man, that was a wasted trip. It's one of those things where I'm like, that's another situation where I wish I would have stepped up and did something, because I probably would have ran up to that old dude, told him about that guy. But then like, no, yeah, let's walk over to Target. And I'm like, and we'll see if they got or even go to the GameStops across because there was a GameStops across the street. And yeah, I'm like, we gonna go on a search for this Resident Evil game to get for your grandkid, because I'm like, nah, if you can't leave up out of here empty-handed and stuff. So yeah, I'm like, definitely, I think something like that would have happened now. Yeah, I probably would have been like, hey, like, you did go check out Target. You ain't gonna get no help from that guy. That guy's crazy. So, but I'm trying to think. I haven't really had too many other crazy moments. I mean, what besides trading in literally a whole video game collection for $20 cash, $30 in-store credit things, man. It's at times where I'm like, GameStops, I really wonder about them, but no, their website, I think is broken, bugged, something's wrong with it, because I mean, there's been times before I remember I was trying to sign in. There was a moment where I couldn't even sign into their website. Then when I was trying to get that Star Wars, because it was like a Star Wars Heritage Cup, and I was trying to check to see how much money I had on the whatchamacallit, the like power, it's not the power up rewards card, but it's this gift card thing where you can add money on there and stuff. I was trying to check that. Page kept refreshing. I'm like, fam, I don't know what's going on with GameStops and their website, but I'm like, it needs to be fixed. But I know one thing for sure. I'm like, I need to get my $10 back, because that don't make no sense to have it where it's like you spend $10 for something and you don't get it. Knowing that if it's like, okay, you guys just sent me a game, but you didn't get the money, how'd that make you guys feel? I probably would have got banned from every GameStop store in the country if I did some stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it shouldn't be it has to wait till the transaction goes through, or whenever I get my product to get my money back. And what's crazy, so I wonder if that's what the email, so there's like, to exist since it's still in progress. So I don't know if they mean by the purchase or by the game being shipped out to me. But overall, I'm like, regardless, I still haven't got my $10 back. So I'm like, or I haven't even got no email response from GameStops. So that's why I'm like, the only thing that I got was them saying that my package is on the way, but it never showed up. And then I checked the delivery date thing. It's talking about Wednesday of this week. And I'm like, fam, and what's crazy is that so they show like the tracking history, right? So these are the cities. So it went from Renton to Seattle. Why is it going to all these different areas? It should have just went from wherever it was at to my house. Like, that's also my GameStops. I don't know what you guys got going on, but that's one thing for sure where I'm like, yeah, you don't ever have to worry about me doing business with you guys through your website. I'll probably might go in the store if I really, really, really want a game. I might go to the store and buy it. But other than that, I'm like, hey, fam, it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, the website, to any and everybody that is looking for a game right now, especially for the holidays, be extremely careful shopping on the GameStop's website, because or it's like, if you can find the game at another store, Or if it's like online and stuff, like whether it's Target, Best Buy, I'm like, yeah, see, because I've never had no issues ordering stuff through, I think it was like a digital code thing through Best Buy. But other than that, I'm like, I've never had as far as like some pickup stuff or them shipping the game to me, and it's same day shipping, even with Amazon. Never had no issues like that. But with GameStops, no, yeah, I'm like, after this, nah, you don't ever have to worry about me doing no business with you guys, at least on the website. So I'm like, yeah, the stores, maybe, but the website, never, again, because I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things where I would have had to have forgotten this situation in order for me to ever shop on GameStops again. But something like this is going to stay embedded in my head. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good on shopping on the GameStop's website. So anyways, with that being said, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.